Maybach music.
Welcome back to another episode of Everyman Movie Critic. This week I'm by myself, of course. Scott will be with me on other videos coming up soon. But this week I wanted to give you my impressions on Birds of Prey and the fabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. Or, as I like to call it, Harley Quinn and, oh yeah, the Birds of Prey are in this movie too, somewhere. And if you see the movie, and judging by the box office numbers last weekend, you haven't, then you'll know what I'm talking about. And I actually hear that the studio is changing the name now, or maybe it's just done by some of the bigger movie chains, and they're going to change the name to Harley Quinn Birds of Prey. Now, I don't think that'll make a big difference, because I think they marketed it wrong, but let me get into what I thought about this movie. This movie stars, of course, Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn, and again, just like in Suicide Squad, she totally nailed it. Totally nailed it. And then we have Rosie Perez, who was Renee Montoya. I guess she's one of the characters from the comics who is one of the Birds of Prey. We have Mary Elizabeth Winstead, who plays the Huntress. She did an amazing job also. There was Journey Smollett-Bell, who was Black Canary. She too was very awesome, and there was a very cool scene with her at the end of the movie. I won't spoil anything because it's a spoiler-free review, but I do recommend checking the movie out. Now, the movie wasn't perfect, but for once, the movie critics and the fans actually agree that this movie was awesome. And they both got pretty high scores on the Rotten Tomato. Now, you know how my feelings are about Rotten Tomatoes. I'm not a big fan of them because I don't think their metrics works. But that's my opinion. I could be wrong. But let me go back to Margot Robbie. That woman is amazing as Harley Quinn. I mean, she is the Harley Quinn. Nobody could ever play that character ever again and be compared. It's kind of like how Heath Ledger played the Joker and nailed it out of the park, and everybody after that only got compared to him. But on that note, Joaquin Phoenix was also an Academy Award winner to play that character, the Joker. So there might be something to be said about recasting somebody. But anyway, let me get back to the movie. It had great action, great comedic timing for all the characters involved. There was a really cool element that I liked about the action sequences, and which is the director, who is an Asian American. Her name is Kathy Yan. She decided to pan the camera back so that you could see the action and not be all up in their business, and it's all muffled and it looks like they're just part of a Royal Rumble and you can't see what's going on. That's American style directing, and I really don't like that. I think the Asian American directors usually do a better job with action sequences, and she definitely put that in this movie. My son and I definitely made a lot of comments about that during the movie, that we really appreciated the pan back so you could see what was going on, because there was a lot of great action sequences in this movie, especially at the end. That was awesome. Again, spoiler-free review. Go check it out. Hopefully with them renaming the movie to Harley Quinn Birds of Prey, it might make a difference, because I think the way they marketed it before, with Birds of Prey being first, people got confused, because this really is not a Birds of Prey movie. It really isn't. I mean, the Birds of Prey are in it. They kind of show a little love to their backstories, but it's mostly focused on Harley Quinn, and after her she breaks up with the Joker, Mr. J. And I was really excited to see that she finally used her mallet, which she teased a little bit in Suicide Squad. But I was hoping that she would wear her black and red unitard with the... You get the point. But anyway, she wasn't wearing that, but she did have some cool costumes in this too, which was pretty neat. I don't know if any of those were from the comics. I did hear that one of them was, but I don't know, because I've never really read any of the comics. I've seen more of the cartoons with her in it. But anyway, this movie, it was definitely worth a watch. If you want a good time, turn your mind off, just eat some popcorn and watch a good movie. Go in there expecting very little, and you'll have a great time with it. Don't let the box office numbers fool you. It actually was really good. So that's my opinion about this movie. And that'll wrap up this week's episode of Everyman Movie Critic. And if you like what you saw and you want to see more, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Leave a like. Even if you didn't like it, still leave a like. It's free to do. Hit the notification button so you can get updates on new videos coming out, which I normally post on either Sunday or Monday. And as always, leave a comment below and tell me what you thought of this review and other things you'd like us to talk about in future episodes. So again, have a good night. See you around.